Hello everyone. How are we doing? Hello Zul, Big Shark, Shinobi Free, Freaky Boy John Dog, Raptor Studio says hey. Zul, yes, I think you would have liked that intro. So, as you can see, we're going to be doing some editing first. We're going to be doing some like bits and bobs today. But let me just put some music on, because I always like background music. Where are we going to begin? Let's do this. Oh, that's loud in my ears. That's for you guys. Quite loud, so let's turn that down. There we go. That should be alright. Nice little quiet music in the background. See if I can move this mic closer to me. So we're just going to be... I had this shot, let me open it up, from episode 4. So I had this frame from episode 4. Now it might be a bit jittery on here, but I had this shot of the base, and I wasn't exactly satisfied with it because I actually painted a background. Let me see if I can pull that up for you. In watercolor. So I painted this background in watercolor, which shows, if you can see, I don't know how big it is on the stream. Actually, no, yeah, maybe that's this. Oh wait, no, I can't zoom in. But anyway, as you can see, there's like the garage, or the place where they were holding Calypso, that dinosaur robot thing, and the van got smashed in the last episode. And I realised when I was looking at the shot that I did, I'd completely messed up drawing that. So I was like, hang on, I need to redo this whole thing. So I actually went back and I let me remove those because I don't need those. I actually redid the layer, as you can see here, and I added more detail. So we're basically just going to be quickly re-editing this frame, and you can see I've got like smoke effects here. I've got like fire, which I can use on the shot, and then we can see how we go. But yeah, as you saw at the beginning of the stream, I hope you guys enjoyed the new intro. I'm going to work on a new Be Right Back sign for the future, but I wanted to make these streams a little bit more interesting looking, so I edited together that little intro. Make it a little bit more professional looking. Now I've got this is the lake, so this is the water which is going to appear here. As you can see, this is one of the underlayers for the mountains in the background. But you can see the corner is completely cut out. But to make the lake move, you can see it's got the shadow here, and that's for the dock area here on the water. But you won't be able to see the windows that I open up. But if I go into effects and add a ripple effect, there we go. I'll add a ripple effect. So if I click play, you can see, hopefully you'll be able to see on the stream, it kind of warps and moves, which is kind of cool. So that, now, there you go. If I speed it up, you can see it goes like that. And then the underlayer, so I've named all these like 15, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, so they're the layers, like sort of 0 should be on the top and 5 on the bottom, or 4 on the bottom. I'm just going to make this smaller just for the moment, because I'm actually going to be adding in this layer. Now the funny thing is, this layer won't need any smoke behind it because it's the mountains in the background. But as you can see, the water now is at the background, like that. And then we've got this layer, which is 15.2, which will go over, but we are actually going to move that down like this, and then move it up a layer. So now we've got this gap between the two, so we can add in stuff behind here. So now we want to go over to the smoke, and I think I've picked one of the atmosphere ones. It sort of blows smoke in, but I'm going to start it It's a little bit shorter. I'm going to start it like from here, and then I'm going to slow the speed. What are we doing? About 20 seconds. So that way it should match. Oop, there we go. So now I'm just trying to see where it is on the screen. So obviously it's going to be down here under all this. So what do we do about that? Well, we move it. Obviously I'm using another screen now, but you can move it up, and hopefully now if I, yeah, there's a little bit of smoke. It's quite hard to see, but there is like smoke moving in the background. So this is meant to be sort of set a little bit after the events of the final scene of episode 3. Like this is like maybe 45 minutes after that, so the smoke's still going to be like quite a lot. So that's why I'm going to move this up again. I'm going to add in another bit of smoke, this time atmosphere. And again we're going to change the speed to 20 seconds. So then that stretches it out, slows it down. Or maybe if I wonder if I do. I wonder if I could do display capture. Would that be easier seeing? If I do this, I'm just trying to think if so you guys can see the other windows that I'm doing. Hopefully this will work. Let's see. Let me try the effects thing. Let me just see what you guys see in the stream. I'll let the stream catch up with me. I just want you guys to see these windows that I open. Yeah, that doesn't look too bad, does it? That means you can actually see what I'm doing. Okay. So we've got, so you know you've got the smoke coming in like this, and it sort of blows around. But we have a problem. It's now over the water. So now what I need to do is grab these two layers, move them up, and we're actually going to move. Oh, I don't know if we can. Can we do that? No, I don't know if we can. Well, actually, no. Then tell a lie. Well, we need to move that up anyway because there's going to be more smoke in this frame. But what I can actually do is crop. So let's. And for some reason, it like when you go into the editing thing, it shows the thing you're editing. But if you click down on the timeline, you can actually see what you're doing. So now if I go, I think y-axis up like this. No. Wait, let me see about this. Which axis? If I do that. Ah, it's the Y2, so I was wrong. So if I move that up to about there. Yo, Ilya says, I forgot you were streaming. Every Tuesday, 12 o'clock. Except next week. I won't be streaming next week. But hopefully I might have a video for you guys. I've got to see about it. So there you go, now I've cropped it up to there. So now, if I click play, we should have the smoke at the top. Oh, you know what? No, I've done this all wrong, haven't I? I don't need to crop it, I need to move it. Actually, let me go back. I'm just going to hold on the screen where I need to crop it to. Put my thumb on the screen. Right, so now I'm going to move it up to there. Okay, so now it's actually got the full effect. That's better. Now you can actually see the smoke. Let's just see what it looks like in motion. Okay, perfect. I'm just going to move this down so you guys can actually see it a little bit better. There we go. Hopefully you should be able to see it now. So we've got some smoke over here. We've got some smoke over there. Lovely. And now, there's actually no sound in this frame, so I might add some more smoke. What's this one? That's not too bad. So let's add that in. This is like a sort of plume of smoke that I might move to about there. So now hopefully that will, it's got to render. It's very hard once you start adding in all the smoke to try and spot it. It's here. Maybe if I put it over that, let's have a look. There it is, look, right down the bottom. So let's move it up further. Yo, Big Shark, thank you for the $2 donations. That is most kind of you. I've started work on your picture, by the way. Obviously with baby and everything, it's been trying to organise when I get the time to actually sit down and do it, but I've done a good amount of it. If you want to see what I've done, I can put it up on stream, or if you want to leave it as a surprise, let me know. Okay, I've moved it over there. Okay, that's not too bad, not too bad. Now I want to add this smoke. See, this smoke's a little bit too fast, so I'm actually not going to use that one because that'll throw the scope off. I think this one's alright. Yeah, look at that. That's good. So now this one I want to add over the top of the others. Like so. And then I'm actually going to move this one just behind the building. Oop. Raptor Studios asks, Terra, you know how people make those toy JP films? Stop motion, right? I don't watch them because I guess I don't really watch them, so I don't know. I'm assuming they use stop motion. Big Shark says, yeah, sure, give us a sneak peek. Okay, bear with me. Just gonna see that. So that is up. Like that. Okay, so we've got lots of smoke going on. So let me move over to Photoshop and open up. Here's what I've done so far. Yeah. So let me know if you like this color scheme. There you go. Let me fill the screen. I'm actually having fun with this, so I've just noticed something that I want to change. There is something coming out of the lines. But yeah, so there you go. That looks great, he says. Nice. Okay, there's your sneak peek. Yo, Red Hood. So anyway, back to editing. Yep, so you should totally try and make a recreation of the first book of Jurassic Park with your collection. No, my collection's very small now. Okay, so let's see. How much smoke have we got here? There's a lot of smoke going on. But now we're going to go for the big one, which is this dark smoke. This is like massive plume of smoke that goes on for a while. And we actually want to get it so it's already up. Like so. And then we want to change the speed to 20 seconds. again. Hopefully it won't be too slow. Now this might look like overkill of smoke, but what I'm going to do is add a transparency. So it just muddies the image a little bit more to show smoke, but it doesn't actually like show it completely. Okay, so now what we can do is add this layer, which is the one I said I edited, added more detail on top, and you can see the difference if I go from there to there. That's this layer underneath that I wasn't happy with. That's the final version. So we're going to make that, stretch that out so it fits the entire length. Yo David. Freaky Boy John Dog said, I did used to watch those JP Toy films, and a lot of them are actually really cool. Recently found a channel who made a 2-part short, and it's super creative. He still uploads 2, which is a rarity. Nice. Do you remember the name of his channel? So okay, we've got the base here. You got the water rippling. You've got all the smoke. Now you can see I've added some flames on already, and they're not flickering, which is why I need to add some flames. Just trying to think which ones. See, that one kind of dies off. That's not too bad though, actually. What one was that? Fire 5. Okay. So this is where it gets a little bit tricky. I'm going to add Fire 5 on. Bring it down like that. We're going to change the speed to 20 seconds again. The reason it's 20 seconds is so I can actually utilize the time. So that means I can actually speed up the footage if I need it to, but there's plenty of time for me to adjust. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go into motion, and we're going to change the scale. We're going to bring it all the way down to a tiny, oh, not that tiny, maybe a little bit bigger than that. Actually, we want it about 6. No? Oh, 0.06, sorry. Okay. Maybe smaller than that. 0.04. Okay, now we're going to go horizontal all the way over. Going to try and get it just to the point where that flame is at the bottom of that broken bit of tower. Then we're going to go the vertical down. Quick Script Creations, says Freaky Boy. Nice. Okay, I might check him out. Thoughts on There Will Be Blood movie. Yeah, I like that movie. It's good. Okay, so you can go individually like this. Let's try 1490. So now you can see the fire is down there, but the thing is we want it to be a little bit further up. Maybe if I move it by hand like that. Yeah, it's not too bad. Let's have a look. Let's see what it looks like. Not bad. Titan of Sub says, I recently watched Anaconda and your commentary on it, and I'm surprised none of you compared when the Anaconda was chasing Jennifer Lopez up the chimney to when the Barry was chasing Franklin and Claire. up the escape hatch. Oh yeah. I think we were more just sort of dumbfounded by John Voight and his that face that he does, whatever that face he does, and Owen Wilson's. Oh wow. Okay, so we've got a little bit of flame there. Let's see what else. What other flames have we got? No. What about fire one? See, that's not bad. But what you could do on this is if you click on effects, so I've got the effects of the fire I've already put on. And there's a little save button up here. So if I click save effect and just put fire, click save. Now I add on fire 1 and I click effects and then I click plus and I go all the way to the bottom of the effects. There should be one here that called fire. Click that and it's automatically put it exactly where the other one is. So now it's a little bit nicer, but what I'm going to do is just up the scale by 0.06 so I want it to be a little bit bigger, this one. So yeah, and I might actually move the other one down a little bit. Now I realise I haven't put the other flame to like 20 seconds, but that's because I'm actually going to let it die off. Crask Pillar said, it's hilarious to me now that both Anaconda and The Haunting had Owen Wilson and gave him pretty brutal deaths in both. Maybe some executive had a bone to pick. I think his agent was trying to get him to be like some sort of horror actor. That's my guess. And it just didn't play out. There you go. So we've got some little flickery flames there in the background. Just something nice. Now what I'm actually going to do is... What's fire free? Oh, fire free is kind of cool as well. So let's add in fire free. I'm going to change the speed to 20 seconds. Yeah, Tide of Serpents. I'm surprised you hadn't seen Anaconda before. Big Shark says, oh yeah, Jack, if you want, you can use the Mega Raptor custom I posted. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I've actually got that saved because I want to post an Instagram about that with all the other fan art that I've gotten so far. Yo Seeker says howdy. So we've got the flame here. Now this one might be a little bit more tricky because I'm going to go into motion again. This time we're going to bring the scale all the way down to, we're going to go to about 0.04. Ooh, that's tiny. Ooh, that's tiny. We're going to move that -2 maybe to -3. Try to get it up near this satellite dish. So maybe 440. -440. And then the height. Okay, -450. There you go. Oh my god, that's almost perfect, I think. So let's see. Yeah, just got a little flickery bit of fire there. Not too much. It's just to give a sort of illusion of movement of fire, really. You know what? I might actually make this one 20 seconds. It's a bit too quick. Least favourite Ray Harryhausen film? I'd say probably Invasion of the Flying Saucers or whatever that one's called. Okay, not bad. So now for the tiny little detail, we've got this tiny little bit here, and you're probably like, what the heck is that? Well, if I put it on and I zoom in on the timeline, if you look at the doorway here, like to the entrance to the Petri dish base, just under the play sign that keeps getting in the way, if you look at that, when I move this across slowly, you'll see the light. There's a light inside. So if I cut it to about there, and then I copy and then do a space. Oh, not like that. I need it on this line. So copy paste, and then a few minutes later copy paste, and just make that one a little bit shorter, and then highlight both of those, copy paste, paste, and so now it should be like a flickering light, like the lights inside the building are flickering if we watch it. Oh, it's still building the preview. While it's doing that, let's see what you guys are saying. See you later, Titan of Serpents. Thanks for popping by. Seeker says, why'd you choose the Megaraptor Warpath? I love the colours on it. I picked the Megaraptor mainly because of the name and the skeleton. I was like, oh, I want to name, because I had the Megalosaurus in the series already, and then I was like, there's 2 dinosaurs with Mega in the title. It's like, that'd be kind of funny if I had both. So it's like both the mega dinosaurs are in this series. Because the show's called Dino-Defenders Extreme, so I thought it'd be kind of funny to, you know, have the Megaraptor there. So now you can see, if you can see very carefully, right in the middle, you can see the light flickering. Okay, so this actually looks pretty darn good. So what we're going to do now is export it, and this is where I'll probably flick back to this one, so you can't see my my folders and everything on my computer. I'm going to export it and save it in 2K, and we're going to just save it to where I save everything. Just save it as that. Okay, we're going to just create it. It shouldn't take too long to do, hopefully. Krask says the name really fits the 90s tone really well. I have seen Hugo from 2011, David, but it was a long time ago. Zool says, defend the Megas. Krask said, I wouldn't be surprised if someday they dug up an extreme raptor. Yeah, exactly. Don't break the fourth wall, Jack. Freaky Boy John Lug says, I'm pretty sure as well that the Megaraptor is heavily debated species. The only reason it's called that in Warpath is just an excuse to size up the raptor and make it a playable dinosaur. Yeah. Well, the thing it's part of the, well, they reckon it's part of the Allosaur family, right? So that's the sort of thing I wanted to combine with the creature in the series. Is I wanted to give it kind of raptor-like traits, but at the same time have Allosaurus type traits, and then obviously I give it traits that, you know, are my own design, like when it does that backflip off the thing, and and it's going to do other stuff that's like completely fictional, you know, because if a theropod somehow managed to do that backflip I did, when it lands on the floor, it's just going to break its ankles, its legs are going to snap, it's just going to keel over and die. The sheer weight of something that size, like, doing that. Seeker says, I feel like they might name a random eye socket Extreme Raptor and then discover that it was an existing animal, leaving the name invalid forever, like Gigantosaurus? Gigantosaurus. Freaky Boy John Dog says, I could very much see the Allosaurus influence in how you designed its head. And David asks, what are your future plans with this channel? Well, working on Dino-Defenders until it's finished. doing as many live streams as I possibly can. That's why I've got this set date each Tuesday to do it. I want to bring back the episodes of the Terrordome where I'm actually on the ship talking about stuff. But they might not come out for absolutely ages. But I've still got the set and everything. It's just you know, finding time to do all that. I've got loads of video games I want to live stream. For example, like I've got Hulk, the sequel to the Ang Lee Hulk film, the video game that I want to live stream. And I want to I just want to do anything I want on this channel. That's the thing. Like, right, I'm just going to make sure, because it's now finished rendering, I'm just making sure that it's okay. That looks so much better than it did before. Okay, so now I'm going to add the file in. And if I go back to the stream and put the display capture back on. Okay, so now we're going to select edit and select everything in what we've done down the bottom and delete everything. So we're back to square one now. Nothing in the timeline. But now I've got the video we just rendered, so I'm going to put that in. So we've got everything down, the fire, it's all there. Now, here's something that you guys might not know that I do. Yes, Seeker, I do want to continue other JP misconception videos. I think once like Dominion is out, there's going to be a lot more more of my open thoughts on everything to do with Jurassic. Once it's all said and done. But we'll see how we go. But at the moment, I'm just focusing this channel solely on the production of Dino-Defenders, because I think I don't think there's much stuff like... There's not much stuff on YouTube like this, I don't think. Especially live YouTube, but you're going to get pretty much games or gaming. So... But anyway, so yeah, so what I do is I click effects, and we've got an effect here called glow. And if you look, it adds a nice like glow to the whole thing, and you can change the level. So I like to just put a little touch of the glow on, just so it gives that daylight feel to it. And then we're going to go into pan and zoom. So you click the start frame is where the edge of this box is, around here, and the end frame, so it's going to zoom in like that. I only want it to zoom in a little bit, so I'm just going to put it like maybe a little bit more than that, like this. So now when we click play, it should, if you look, it's very slowly zooming in. So like for this establishing shot of the base, do you know what, I might even make it zoom in a bit further, a bit closer. I wonder if you've also seen that documentary about dinosaurs discovered in Britain. First time I found out Megalosaurus also belonged here. All I knew was Iguanodon and Baryonyx, this freaky boy John Dog. Yeah. Yes, it's a British tea drinking dinosaur. Gives a nice pop, says Krask. So there you go. So we're zooming in now, and because I'm still this green line moving here, I don't know if you can see it, there's a tiny green line like buffering at the top, just here where the mouse is. That's like how much it's rendered. So now, because if I go beyond that, it's a bit blurry, but okay, so it slowly zooms in like that, and now all we need is oh, you know what, I might actually try something, because there was the clouds. I'm gonna add in, no, I don't want to do that, because that's going to show you all the secrets. Let's just get rid of that first. Don't want you to see all the spoilers. Okay, so let me add in, just looking for this. Okay, so I've just added in Okay, so I've just added in this thing called light, which is actually from a different frame. So if I add it on, it's going to be like light shafts. Can you see? Oops. So there's these... Oh my word, come on, don't go over. These two light shafts, but what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to rotate the image 180 degrees. So now it's facing... Oh, see, it sometimes does this, like... It will just disappear. There's like a glitch in this program. But if I get rid of that, it will come back, right? Yeah, why is that? Actually, you know what? That's not too bad though. The sunlight's coming that way. You can see it on the thing. That actually makes more sense. So now if I'm going to go motion. So this is how I do the animation. So you go on motion, you click this little thing up here, and it adds keyframes here. But I don't want the Y-X axes, I don't even want the rotation, I don't want the scale, I don't want the vertical, I only want the horizontal. So this is the beginning of the frame, and this is the end. So now if I click that top bit again, it adds another little dot here. And then if I move it across, if you look at the top, you can see that it's moving. So now the light should move, but it's glitched and you can't see it, so that's really annoying. I wonder if that's actually done that. Oh no, you can see it is there, but for some reason it's gone negative. So let's flip it back with let's try and trick the glitch by making it go negative again. So X-ray. Oh, you know what? Maybe I add a brightness to it. What does this do? Maybe the computer just doesn't want me to do it. You can see it kind of in that. Irritating. Let me see. Negative, there we go. Really? It's just not... But I bet if I do that, it comes straight back. Yeah, there it is. That's so irritating. Why? I haven't read any Godzilla books, David Musker. I've read some of the comic books. Krask asks, when the Megalosaurus shows up in your story, it should have a monocle and a top hat. Oh, you wait till the Megalosaurus arrive. Thoughts on The Princess Bride 1987, asked David. I really find that movie funny. It's a good, sweet little movie. Okay, I have no idea why, as soon as I click add that, look, it's disappeared again, but then if I get rid of that, it comes back. What is up with that glitch? Maybe I'm just not going to do that then. Maybe it's alright as it is. Maybe that's the computer going, nah, less is more. Okay, so we've got the bars, the classic bars here, and I'm just gonna add the scale because the bars, there's another glitch which I found out ages ago where they, like, the bars are slightly smaller than the frame, and I tried to fix it in Photoshop, but for whatever reason there's always a pixel missing. So what I found to fix it is I go into scale, I click keep aspect ratio, so that means it doesn't affect all of them. And I just go to horizontal, and I just click 1, and it for some reason pushes that like that. Just gonna change the music. Go back to this. Okay, so now we've got the bars, and I might actually the pan and zoom thing might actually make it. Yeah, you know what? I might actually change it to motion because we've got the bars here. So if I click that, so we've got the, I only really want scale and vertical. I won't want horizontal. So the vertical, I'm gonna have it so it pans down from the sky. So if I move this up like because I want to have the mountains in. Okay, perfect. Maybe. Yeah, like that. So we start there, and then we end the frame. This might actually help potentially with the other stuff. So vertical is going to go all the way down. There, and then the scale, I'm just going to push it up. We might actually need the horizontal. Maybe the scale back a little bit more. And the horizontal is just to keep the entrance in the middle of the screen. Was watching an interview, says Seeker, where an actor described Primeval as a team with dinosaurs, and it reminded me more of Dino-Defenders. The dinosaur's very different about when you get to the end of it. A Megalosaurus, but it's just the original reconstruction, says Freaky Boy John Dog. I can guarantee that it's not that. I did actually toy with the idea of having those old reconstructions in this series, but then I thought not. They are in it though, in a painting in episode 2. Krask says, here's a thought about Covenant, Alien Covenant. Since we don't actually see Walter die, do you think it's possible that David marooned Walter, or do you think Walter is dead? Part of me thought that Walter got corrupted by David. So like that, like you're actually looking at Walter, but he's like been infected with the idea of David, so he is David now. But it's actually David, I think. We don't know what happened. So if we play now, look, it zooms in from the sky and starts to zoom in down on the base. Look at that. I really do want to add this light source in now, so I'm just going to quickly go into Photoshop. Right, let's just create a new file, and let's just do it standard YouTube size. Invert the image, and then let's add a new layer. Okay, so what I'm going to do is add some very thick rectangles. What do we want, like 25? And then maybe like 55. And then maybe like, I don't know, 125. There we go. So now if we filter blur, box blur these, and then I think it's maybe because they're transparent, so maybe if I try it like this. So let me file save as and just save it as light clouds or something, I don't know, just anything. I'm just going to test it, because the good thing is I can always add the so let's go back to editing. I can always add in the my goodness, I'm terrible. I can always add in the transparency afterwards. So let's just try and move this. So go there. Okay, now add the transparency. Not sensor. Transparency, there we go. Let's just see what that looks like. See, now it's got like this thick black line around it. What the hell is that all about? Do I have to move the transparency down first? No. See, that like goes. I wonder if I add the glow? Ooh, maybe that, and then... Oh my god, I can't believe I have to do all this. Where's blur? Right, add the blur. See, I'm now recreating it in this bloody program. Okay, add the transparency up a little bit, add the blur up a little bit. Oh no, transparency down that way, there we go. Just so it's more subtle, and then hopefully the motion won't ruin all this. So now it did. Why is this the thing that mucks up the... Oh, maybe if I do pan and zoom on this. Let's see if that works. Yeah, it kind of works. Oh, that actually works quite nicely, actually. Okay, so we've got this different element in there now. I really did like Covenant's ending, says Freaky Boy. A lot of people said David getting on the ship was an obvious twist, but somehow it caught me off guard. So I like the ending, even though I did see it coming a mile off. But I am annoyed by the ending because it looks like we're not going to get a sequel at the moment. Okay, so I think this frame's done. So let's export. Well, I'm not going to make that mistake again. Let's export this video. Wait, guys, can you see this? Yeah. Okay, so export video file. I think this is actually frame 16. So I'm going to replace a file already. Okay, let's see. Overwrite it. Let's go. Let's get it done. No, I don't really care for DC Comics, David. The Petri dish ruins look completely new to me, says Gary Pfeiffer. Looks new to you. I don't quite get what you mean. Krask says, I think the third film could open similarly to Prometheus, but instead of an engineer seeding life and sacrificing himself, it could be David. That's if Ridley is allowed to make another one. See, I think if I was doing it, I would have David... I'd open the film with a bunch of engineers who'd been out... Because, you know, they're like they arrive back... to Planet 4 in Covenant, David and Shaw does in the ship, and they all come out and they're celebrating. I like the idea, and that was only 10 years before the Covenant people got there, so they were alive still and active. So I like the idea of a couple of engineer ships still out there, return to that planet, see what happened, and then they work out where David is. So the opening of the film, you don't see much, but the opening of the film is these engineers arriving on Planet 4. And they're shocked to see what happens, and then the film is basically these bunch of humans who get caught in this almost like hunt from the engineers, and the engineers will just kill humans, and they're after David essentially. So okay, I think we're done here. So what I'm going to do is move over to Photoshop. Okay, I'm going to open in Photoshop. I'm going to show you... Oh wait, 1 second. What's going on here? Does that work now? Yeah. Okay, so we had a bit of a glitch. I'm going to open up what I just made to show you in full. Hopefully it should play in good time. So here's what we just did. I move the timeline down the bottom. That's better. So if I click play, you should see. Oh, those light rays came through really nice. So it just adds that extra atmosphere. That looks so much better than what it used to look like. And you can see the light flickering in the middle. We can actually zoom in here. You got the flames, and it's zooming in on the base. So there you go. Like, you can even see the light moving when I move it like this. And you got all the smoke, and it just genuinely looks like a ruined place. Okay, so that's that done. Okay, that's me happy now. I'm happy I've redone that frame. So now let's open up what I wanted to do. I'm basically just going to be cleaning up some bits that I'm doing. But on this frame, we are on this. This is where I'm up to. We have got the hunter. And he is not looking happy. So I'm just sort of cleaning up this frame. I'm almost done with this one. It just needs some lighting and just needs him cleaned up a bit. I'm actually going to see Hunter edit. I also need to open up this because this actually shows his injuries. I don't know if I need this frame. It's mainly just this one. Bald Mario, says Redhood. Who was it in the chat who used to say John was knockoff Alan Grant or whatever? I wonder whatever happened to that guy. Who was that? Because knockoff Alan Grant is now dead. He died in episode 3. So he's not so much knocked off anymore. He is knocked off. He's been knocked off forever. Sorry, I just want to go back in the chat. Big Shark says, I've been going back to episode 3 a lot since I was customizing the Mega Raptor. Still trying to figure out the dinosaur you've got hidden. There is that tiny little hint at another dinosaur in that episode. But can you find it? It's like, it's a blink and you'll miss it moment. You have to almost pause on every shot to try and see if you can find it. But that's up to you if you actually want to waste your time doing that. Freaky Boy says, if anyone remembers in Fallen Kingdom Super Bowl trailer, the last shot was the Endoraptor taking out a lackey. I wonder if that was from original version where Maisie's secret was revealed by the book. Yeah, I think that might be the case. That would be my guess. You have no idea what she is. Lockwood never had a granddaughter, but he had the technology. He made her again. Okay, so this we're going to. Do you know what? Let's dirty his shirt up. There we go. I'm actually really happy. Like, I know this might sound a bit macabre, but I'm actually really enjoying like doing all the injuries and stuff. The only thing I'm not looking forward to is the consistency, like keeping up with the damage each of these characters has sustained since the last episode. this guy's going to die like Dieter Stark says he'll. Yeah, well, you have to wait and see. Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing Lance Hendrickson in a Jurassic Krask. You wanted to see a reptile Iron Maisie? No, I wouldn't have liked that. You know something's bad when John Hammond backs out of it. Yeah, I really like Maisie. Maisie is my favourite kid character in the entire franchise. It's so interesting, her backstory and everything. It actually has some real weight and purpose to the world building and the story overall. And the blood. The blood! The blood, the blood! The blood! The blood of the hunter has been spilt tonight. Now I just want to grab to make him look a little bit more tired. You just do a very slight thing like that. There we go. Okay, I don't need that. And then just gonna do the light on him. Oh, that's too hard. Need to soften it up. Change the exposure as well. You can make them lose an arm, so skip drawing the arms later. Says Seeker. Yeah. He's holding his arm like that, and all I can think about is Cooper, says Redhead. I hadn't thought about that, but that, yeah, I can see it. Okay, and now we get the darken tool. We darken this side. Krask says if this was live action, you could get Joey Diaz as the hunter. Joey Diaz as this guy. Come on, you cocksuckers. Let's kill some dinosaurs. I can't do Joey Diaz. That's funny. Okay, now I'm going to get the light tool. What's the worst movie I've ever seen, asks David. Probably Paranoid Park. God, that movie pissed me off. Okay, midtones or highlights. Just trying to get his eyes. That's better. We just up his, make his pupils a little bit bigger. Hopefully he doesn't look like he's looking in the wrong direction. Just add the light source. Okay, so now with this layer I'm going to add the a shadow underneath, just to separate him from the background a little bit more. Okay, and then convert that to a smart object. I'm just gonna do, oh, actually the light should be reflecting off the water, so I'm going to go the opposite. I'm going to get the brush tool. I'm just going to get a very bright blue. What are you guys saying? The Force Awakens pissed me off, says Gary Pfeiffer. Yeah, man, definitely. That pissed me off as well. If I wasn't with my wife, who was enjoying it, I would have probably walked out of the cinema. I kid you not. I would have just walked. Probably after the first 10 minutes, I was that annoyed. I was like, they're just literally copying A New Hope with... See, what's annoying about it is, like, I don't mind when sequels or whatever sort of recreate the scene from a previous movie. Like, I've always used this as an example, and I've brought this up many times on streams in the past. But, like, the end of Alien, we see, and to roughly boil it down, there you go. I've just added a light blue at the bottom of the screen to make it look like he's in water. The end of Alien, we see Ripley blow up the ship. She thinks she's killed the alien. She gets ready to go into hypersleep. The alien appears. She goes and hides in a cupboard. She gets suited up, and then she comes out, faces the alien, and then blasts it into space. The end of Aliens, what do? They blow up the base. They think the alien's dead. They get ready for hypersleep. The Queen Alien comes out. Ripley goes and hides in a cupboard, gets suited up, but this time in a power loader, and then she comes out and blasts the alien into space. Now, you boil it to those basic elements, the endings are pretty similar, right? But the difference is the context to get there is what sells us on that scenario repeating itself. So, like, you know, the whole Marine storyline, everything leading up to that is what convinces us, okay, yeah, I can believe Ripley's in this scenario again. And many films do this, like The Lost World does this with the Jurassic Park series. The Lost World does this with, like, the T-Rexes in the trailers. You know, in the first film, the T-Rex escapes, flips over one of the tour cars, and then what does it go and do? Flips over the tour car and then knocks it down the side of the paddock wall, and you've got characters hanging off this, like, line of this, what would you call it, one of the wires from the fence as the car falls down to the bottom. And you know what, I'm not going to do that on him. I think this frame's done. Oh no, actually. And then in The Lost World, you've got this scene where there's two trailers and the T-Rexes come in the rain about an hour into the film, exactly the same sort of time frame. The T-Rexes knock over the back trailer, flip it upside down. Like the 2 tour vehicles in the first film, one gets flipped upside down. 2 trailers, one gets flipped upside down. The T-Rexes push it over the edge of the cliff where characters are hanging off like the wire, and the car gets pushed over in the first film with Timmy in it. In this film, the trailers get pushed over and a car. So it's the same thing, but the context to get there is different. So you're kind of sold on the idea of seeing the same situation happen again in this sequel. But the problem with The Force Awakens is the opening scene is a remake of the opening scene of A New Hope, like with absolutely no change in context of how you get there. Like had the opening of Force Awakens, or like maybe the first 30 minutes of the film, been a completely different scenario happening, building up to the point where whatever his face is, that pilot hiding plans inside that little ball robot BB-8, maybe I would have been like, yeah, sure, that okay, I get it, the context's different. But there's no difference. They just open the film up instantly, and they expect you just to go along with the fact that they're just repeating the exact same plot point happening again. There's no contextual difference. And even with like Kylo Ren and the whole First Order, it's like they're just the Empire. And even the later films, nothing is established to, well, they literally are the Empire because the Emperor's running the whole thing. So there's nothing to say that this is different, really. So that's what really pissed me off. As soon as I saw that, I was like, oh god, they're doing it. Like they're literally going to remake A New Hope. And then the whole film, there's some different stuff in there, sure, but at the same time, there's so much that's similar. And even with like characters stuff, I just know that film did piss me off. That's why I didn't go see I nearly said Return of the Jedi, whatever the one after that was called. What was it called again? Last Jedi. I didn't go see that at the cinema because I was so annoyed by The Force Awakens. I was like, this film's crap. And then I hear people say things like, oh, Jurassic World's just a remake of Jurassic Park. I hear like really low res views on Jurassic World like that. And I hear people complain about the opening of Jurassic World being just the eggs, from fans saying it's not like exciting. Now I can understand that it's not exciting, but the thing I say is at least it's new to the franchise. Like it's showing the beast being born, like the Indominus being born. So it's showing us basically on a meta level, it's showing the new franchise being born, this new breed, this new monster being born in front of us. And but it doesn't open with like people trying to get a dinosaur from one side of the park to the other in a cage, and then it gets out and eats someone. Like they don't just flat out remake the opening of Jurassic Park. It's different. And so some of the similar scenarios that happen in Jurassic World that we get to, that you can see in Jurassic Park. And the reason I'm bringing Jurassic World up in this conversation about The Force Awakens is because that year those two films were compared to each other quite a lot, in terms, because they were like quite nostalgic big blockbusters and the two highest grossing movies of that year. But yeah, you get to the similar scenarios from Jurassic Park that you see in Jurassic World. The context is different. Again, it's like that's what it all boils down to. All the best sequels tend to do it. So there's my rant on Force Awakens. Sorry, I just neglected chat for absolutely ages. Yeah, Red Hood, I'm with you. No one explains the First Order, they're just there. Is that James Hawkins? Is James Hawkins on stream, is he? Shall I stream snipe him? Is he on Discord? Maybe I should just jump on Discord. Oh, the Gaming Beaver. Oh, okay. I think I've got the Gaming Beaver on Discord. Maybe someone should shoot him a message and be like, "Oi, talk to Jack." Yeah, I can see he's online. Nah, I won't bother him. He probably gets pestered by me too much anyway. Oh, do I do a little joke here? Maybe I will. Just gonna try and round his head off a little bit. So the little joke I'm going to do here is if I flatten the images, except for the bars. Now let me render a... See if I can do a lens flare on his head, because he's got such a shiny head. What if I did this? It's like he's got such a shiny head. Yeah, maybe I will do that, but I'll just make it a little bit less, just a little bit more subtle. Move it up to the top a little bit more. No, it needs to go to the edge. Yeah, like that. There you go. He's got such a shiny head, look. Okay, so layer, flatten image. Right, let's save this. This is one of those frames that just doesn't move. So what's that? Frame 20, okay. Okay, so now let's move on to something completely different. Don't know if I should do this frame, which is the next one. Maybe I should. Yeah, I'll be a good boy. I won't jump ahead and do a background for something. I'll stick with the bit I'm at. I'm just going to, because I want to make sure I didn't accidentally put something in. Oh, you guys, if I'd have opened this, you would have got a massive spoiler. Woo! I'm glad I didn't do that. Oh my god. Okay, I'm going to put it back up. That was... I hadn't unsaved a certain thing. So, that was lucky. So let's put this in here. Yeah, I'm terrible because I save stuff. Redhead says we dodged an asteroid there. Yeah, it's like I'm terrible because I'll just save something and then I won't think about like when I have to come back on stream whether it's appropriate to have it left open like that. Because if not, I might open something and be like, ah, there you go, I just showed a spoiler. But luckily I was aware. I was like, hang on a second. Yeah, I don't know if Colin would have done a Dominion. Has he been on the Star Wars train? Freaky Boy says, Jack, try not to accidentally spoil things. What do you think you are, Tom Holland? Yeah, or the fandom of Jurassic. Okay, so the Godzilla fandom is worse. What is the Gaming Beaver? What's he streaming? I'm gonna see. He's doing painting. Oh, come on, man. He's trying to step on my you know, thousands of people watching. Nah, he's painting Warhammer. It's a different kettle of fish. Alright, so I'm just going to see about doing the tree line here. Yeah, switch places with J.J. Abrams. Yeah, I would have hated J.J. Abrams doing a Jurassic film. No way. Get him out of here. Redhead says Beaver is doing art for his new animated show Prehistoric Mammals Defenders Extreme. Yeah. There would be 20 mystery boxes, says Big Shark. Yeah, exactly. When really there's only one quasi mystery box in the new Jurassic films, which is what exactly, I mean, not counting, you know, viral marketing or whatever, but the only sort of mystery box in the new Jurassics is sort of what exactly happened to Isla Sorna. But even then it can be sort of, I don't know, is that a mystery box? Because you could just say they moved all the dinosaurs from Site B to Site A. Or Site A, what am I talking about? What am I to Site A? To Jurassic Park. Or Jurassic World, sorry. J.J. Abrams is a good producer, Red Hood, but he's not, like, his directing is questionable. He's good at finding money for projects. I watched Mission Impossible 3 for the first time the other day, and that was the one he did, and I didn't think it was all that, you know, anything special. I heard people say it was really good, and it was like the turning point of the Mission Impossible franchise to go in the direction it's gone, and I could kind of see that, but it wasn't anywhere near as good as like what the newer ones are like. Yeah, the new trilogy felt like a custody battle, says the Eggman of Star Wars. Yeah. Okay. We have a T-Rex. See you later, Zul. Says I've got to go to dinner, or Mummy's going to be very angry. Yeah, cheers for coming, Zul. See, Cloverfield was good, but that was the first one and the second one. But those was again produced by J.J. Abrams, not directed by. Like anything he produces tends to be quite good. Star Trek Beyond is my favourite of the new Star Trek films, and that was the one he didn't direct. He produced it. Yeah, the old Trek. I like the old Trek films. I like Star Trek Beyond a lot. Star Trek Beyond might actually be my favourite Trek film, because the old Star Trek films were good, but then they did get pretty bad at times. The one where like Kirk is fighting that cat woman in that bar, like. And she's like going, wow, wow, whatever that noise is they add on to the character. So what is that all about? I think that's in The Final Frontier. Alright, 1 second. I think I just heard a knock at the door. 1 second. I'll be back in a sec. I did. It was a package for me. As my mum's birthday present arrived. Okay, so where were we? Super 8 was okay. It was, the train sequence was the best when it crashed, but that was about it. I didn't really like that movie, and I get why it's like Stranger Things before Stranger Things. I can definitely see that, but I didn't think it was all that amazing. There's a film, if you want to talk Stranger Things before, well, I guess it was actually 80s, but there's a film called The Gate. The Gate from the 80s. That film is like, that's really good, and that's like Stranger Things before Stranger Things. I think I did an episode on it on the channel for the Black Sack, when it didn't really deserve to be in the Black Sack at all. So now let's add in the detail of the wood, all split and destroyed. Yeah, I wasn't really a fan of Stranger Things either, so I could see that it was like really well made or whatever, but I just wasn't on board with it. I'm not like I grew up in the 90s, and while I enjoyed a lot of stuff from the 80s, I'm not like massively into like the 80s nostalgia for the sake of nostalgia. Like Stranger Things is set in the 80s, but the one thing they don't really get right is the hair. Like they don't really get the hair right. A couple of the characters they do for a little bit, but then they lose it. It looks too modern. But yeah, I just wasn't really on board with it. Like, I'd actually rather watch things like The Gate or watch things from the 80s. Deadly Spawn. All those old horror films. I'd rather watch those. Big Shark says, Jack, are you ever going to do a commentary for The Fifth Element? Maybe. Maybe. I would like to get back onto doing commentaries, but again, it's time, and those would have to be done at night. It's all dependent on when we get a better sleeping pattern for the baby, and sort of maybe around the time that if Dominion work, or work for Jurassic World Dominion gets off the ground, because if that starts, then I will probably be at home a lot more and staying up at night to work on stuff, and then that means I can actually call Clayton and whatnot, and we can do commentaries while I'm doing stuff. So, but obviously that's just been delayed by a year, so just gonna have to wait and see. For now, it's just gonna be these lovely little painting streams and episodes of Dino-Defenders when they're done. And maybe odd little weird videos if I ever have the time and the inspiration to make them. Yeah, I used to be really into Rick and Morty, but I'm not really into it anymore. I actually lost interest around the end of season 2. Well, I can't even remember. It was well before the whole like bloomin' Pickle Rick stuff. And I'm not just saying that to be like, oh, I was off of it before all the cringy Pickle Rick stuff, but I genuinely was. So I was like, yeah, the joke's kind of run its course. Why did that do that? That's really annoying. Okay, so let's darken this. Me and my wife have been watching Malcolm in the Middle. She'd never really watched it before, so we're going back through all the old Malcolm in the Middle episodes on streaming, on the streaming service. And I have to say, I'm loving it. I'm remembering all the old episodes, and it's so funny, so well done as well. It's quite nostalgic. That's nostalgic for me, even though it's like early 2000s. Freaky Boy John Dog says, I just finished Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and it's easily one of the best shows I've seen, and I couldn't give a single shite about sitcoms. Yeah, I really enjoyed Fresh Prince when I was there. Have you did you see the episode that had Donald Trump in it? I saw a clip of this going around on the internet a few weeks back, and it's just really funny to see. Yeah, it's just funny because like I actually saved the clip to my phone so I could send it to someone, because they were talking about how you know, Trump's a racist or whatever, as everyone seems to say, and then I sent him that and went, I don't know about that, he was on the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. It's like so funny. Who owns Fresh Prince? Do you think they were like, they'll be like, oh, ban that episode, can't show the Trump episode, get rid of it? And then it would like instantly become the highest grossing episode because everyone would go watch it. Hugh Hefner was also in an episode when Hillary applied for Playboy shoot. Oh God. Oh, Hillary. Oh, sorry. Because we were just talking about Trump, I had bloody Hillary Clinton on the mind, and I was like, hang on a second, that's gross. But no, you meant Hillary, the character from Fresh Prince. Yeah, Trump is in Home Alone too. He's also in WWE as famously. Okay, so I'm gonna blur this. Right, merge those. Hillary Banks. Yeah. Redhead says his mind went to Clinton. Yeah, I'm sorry I put the Hillary image in your heads. I'm sorry. Yeah, he did, didn't he? Uncle Phil, voice shredder. Purge the image. Purge the image from your minds. I'm sorry. It'll now say, like, this stream has been demonetized for inappropriate imagery or whatever. Now I just want to add a gradient overlay. Delta Flamestorm says, I can't wait for Jurassic World Evolution to come out for the Switch. Good for you. I'm not gonna get it, but I hope. Oh yeah, I hope you get it and you really enjoy it. Ain't my cup of tea. Actually, we need it to be. This cursed stream. Nice. Seeker says, is there Chaos Theorem content in Jurassic World Evolution? The only thing that I can think of that we contributed to Jurassic World Evolution is when you load up the Return to Jurassic Park DLC, there's like a description that says that like it plays out like a what if scenario or something. Like in the on the menu screen there's like a description of the plot of Return to Jurassic Park, and that was something that we were consulted on because they asked us like, how are fans going to take this as canon, or are they? And then we said, well, if you word it as like a what if scenario, like no one's going to think it's really canon, but for those that might, just put this little thing at the bottom, and they did. So that's the only thing we sort of contributed, I think. Don't think there's anything else. I think there might be something in like maybe some of the dialogue somewhere. I can't remember, but like there might be some other bits of hints. Thank you for the $2 tip, Big Shark. That's most kind of you. Yeah, Krask, I'd love to see someone make the Megaraptor using the Herrerasaurus or something in the Spinoraptor might be the best one to do it with. Just remove the spine. I'd love to see someone do Dino-Defender mods. Didn't want that green. Don't know where that came from. Ooh, make the Megaraptor model. I do a lot of 3D modelling, says Seeker. Nice. Well, the right at the you might not have seen it, but right at the beginning of the stream, I played this clip. I'm going to play it now, so bear in mind there's going to be music playing in the background. But watch this. Cool was that? Yeah. Zool made that. Hello, Michael Pierce. Yes, he did. Delta Film says, what's your estimated next episode's release date and month? I have no idea. It's still really early days, and as you might not know, but I've recently just had a baby. Not me personally. I mean, like, I didn't have the baby, but my wife did. But so we're looking after this little one. So life has changed. So that's why I'm like now doing these live streams every Tuesday, 12 till 3 o'clock. And I do work on it every so often when I can. But it will literally come out when it's finished. Obviously, it's got to be scored and stuff, so it's going to be a long while, but it should hopefully be well worth the wait. And you know, we'll do these streams until then, so we'll have plenty to talk about and that, and you'll get to see the process of it. Seeker says that was awesome. Yeah, it's really good. Zool did a great job. Okay, So I'm just going to open another background. Oh, actually, I just want to open something up in a different window so I could just see what it looks like. I've just opened up something in a different window so I could just check the lighting against. Okay, it needs to be darker. Darker. So if I merge those layers, let's just darken this. Okay, not bad. It's 2020, Jack. Men can give birth now, says Krask. Oh, God. Oh, yes, I forgot. I cloned a Baby Lockwood style, says Redhead, yes. Freaky Boy says, one of my favourite aspects of Return to Jurassic Park DLC is that they actually went ahead and altered some of the designs to look as they did in the original trilogy, Triceratops being the most obvious. Yeah, that's a nice little, little detail. I might see if I can grab some more rubble from a different frame. Let me just see about something. Yeah, let's get this layer, because we're basically looking at this area from. Let me get a smaller brush. So it's like this. We're seeing it from like this angle here is what we're working on. So that's looking at it like that. So, oh, here you go. Look, we've got some rubble here. So what I can do is if I just cut some of this out, it can be blurry because it would be in the foreground. If I blow it up like so. Do it like that. Maybe make it a bit smaller. Zul had to go, Seeker. He's eating with his mum, who's getting very angry, he reckons. Is there fish in the water around there? I'm not going to say anything, Big Shark. I always love that kind of attention to detail, says Freaky Boy. Like how the alternate suits in Spider-Man PS4 all look like they're made from different materials, not just reskins. That's pretty cool. I haven't played that game, but I've heard medium to good things. Yeah, that's a nice detail. Okay, so let's take the colour down on this so it matches. There we go, just adds a bit more detail to it like that. So I'm going to do what I did last frame. Adding some of this like mud splatter and stuff. change it a bit. Seeker says, is Return to the Jurassic Park the first acknowledgement in the franchise of the dinosaur designs being in different genomes? If I'm going to be technical, no, because in the first book they talk about that sort of stuff. But if you're talking about the franchise outside the book, no. We talked about it on our viral websites, you know, with the raptor image that said like version number or whatever. Krask says, I know a lot of Jurassic Park fans don't like the militarized of dinosaurs, and I'll admit I'm glad Jurassic World is moving away from that, but a violent as hell cartoon set in a war with dinosaurs, I'm assuming you're going to say would be good. I have nothing against the militarization of like the idea of characters wanting to pursue that goal. It's just, I think a lot of fans worry that they're going to see it, like show like, I don't know, raptors in the desert with like harnesses on going to hunt people down. It's like, I don't think it's ever going to come to that unless it's like in a comic book or clothing lines or, you know, that sort of nature. Like it's not that sort of thing. Like the closest we're going to get that in the films, as far as I'm aware, is what we've got with like Mills. Yeah, maybe there's a film in the future that comes out that like deals with it a bit more abruptly. Who knows? But like, I think the idea is, as Trevorrow said in interviews, like it's the pipe dream of a madman. That's the thing. It's like that's how they're tackling it. It's like it's the pipe dream of like Hoskins and Mills to make money off the idea of militarized dinosaurs when it's a bad idea. That's why they give that idea to the villains. It's like it is a stupid idea. That's why, like, when we first ever meet Hoskins in Jurassic World and Owen asks him what are you here for, and he's like, a field test, the first thing Owen does is turn his back on him and walk away. He doesn't even say anything, he just turns his back and is like, nope, that's a stupid idea. Red Hood makes a really nice point. He says, I like how Colin and crew are approaching dinosaurs in our world. It's not an apocalyptic event, but a major ecological disaster like an oil spill. Yeah, exactly. That's the way it should be done, because that's like, that stays in line with the tone of Jurassic, while still being able to like explore some really zany, crazy scenarios. Okay, and much like the last one, I'm actually going to add a blue glow. I might actually add it underneath the bars because there's going to be a lot going on in this frame. So if I do that, looks pretty good. I might also add, you know, epic Epic King Edward Water Lettuce says dinos. Yes, dinos. Just dinos. This is the one with some reeds in the foreground. I might just steal those. No, that's not going to work, is it? That's not going to work. Open. Seeker says, I don't know if I'm interpreting this wrong, but I view Hoskins as dangerously naive and enthusiastic rather than malicious. Yeah, he wants to save lives with dinosaurs, but at the same time he also wants to... He's malicious in, like, he uses Masrani's death as an opportunity to overtake and try his field test, but he's doing that in a goal of, like, trying to save lives with dinosaurs because he wants to capitalize on the idea of dinosaurs as a thing that can practically be used in warfare. That's like what he wants to research and put into practice. But yeah, you're not wrong. The only malicious part about it is when he stands on top of the helipad and he sort of almost smiles at the carnage that's going on, and it's like, I can finally, you know, put to use my my field test or whatever. Sorry, I'm just trying to look for a file. Where is this? Where has this file gone? I might have to just remove Photoshop for the second. Where are we looking? Okay, bear with me because I don't want to spoil this. Okay, I'm going to bring it back up. There we go. Oh, actually, nearly did another spoiler. Okay, we're back. So I managed to take these reeds from a shot. I don't want as many, so I'm gonna cut some of these out. I'm actually going to blend these ones just so it looks a bit different. Ooh, why did that happen? Weird. Oh well, I can live with it. Because all I want is, like, a couple of reeds like that. And I even get these two. We're actually going to blur these. Even more. Yeah, okay, that works. Okay, so that's that done. Oh, you know what? I'm still not entirely satisfied with that tree there, but let's see if I can just mess something up just to see. No, that's all right. That's not too bad. Maybe I need to make it look more. You gotta wonder if Hoskins was thinking about how he got the job while watching Rampaging Pteranodons as well, yeah. Big Shark says he says, weird how Rose never showed them the Megalosaurus first, or at least mentions it. Interesting. I like Big Shark that you actively think about these sort of things. It makes me feel really happy that you're trying to suss out what's going on in this show. Okay, so that is done. So we have this layer here, which is the reeds, the glow of the water at the bottom, and the bars, and then we have the background there. So that's that one done, and we've got an hour. So what can we do now? Save as. Oh, actually, wait. Save as. Okay. All right, that's that done. Not bad. Now, actually, I just wanted to check this layer here that I was working on. Something about this I'm not entirely satisfied with, and I can't quite put my finger on it. But I wanted to add some more detail over here. I think it's because it still looks kind of painted, and this doesn't look how I want it to look. See you later, Freaky. This reminds me of Nostromo meets the Prometheus kitchen, says Krask. Yeah. Well, it was heavily inspired by the way they designed those ships in Alien. And I think I said this on the stream that I did when I was painting this background, that like the whole Petri dish base, like this is my excuse to do, you know, I said you know, Jurassic Park. It's like the Dino-Defenders is like everything that inspired me or like entertained me as a kid, like mixed into one. It's like it's going to have lots of stuff that inspired me mixed into it, and this is an example of that because this, you know, is based on the ships in Alien and in the Alien franchise, so it's like taking that sort of visual cues from both Jurassic and Alien and blend them, because why the hell not? Should we expect any Crocodile or Crocodile 2 Easter eggs? Probably not, but I do like that idea. There's a movie called Crocodile. Gary, you should go on my channel and look up the Black Sack episodes that I did with my friend Will. I'm actually seeing Will on Thursday. We're going to do a float tank. I was gifted tickets to go do a float tank by my wife just because one day I was like, never done a float tank and I wondered what it was like, so she thought she'd gift me a couple of tickets and to take a friend, and I'm taking Will, and we have no idea what to expect, but it should be fun. He's coming over in the morning so we can watch the latest series of Red Dwarf that we haven't watched yet, and that's sort of a tradition with us that we watch Red Dwarf, and then and then we're off to the float tanks. I haven't seen Velocipasta, but I've heard of it. It's like little things, like it's a bit messy around here, I noticed. I don't know how I missed that last time. I also think the chairs might have something to do with it. They still look a bit messy, don't they? Whoa, that's a big old block. We need about 5. maybe if I just go around like this, and then basically it's just trying to neaten this frame up, because I think when I finished the frame I said I finished it on the stream. I think I was sort of partly rushing, so what I want to actually do is just neaten this up. Because like I've said before in the past, the thing about Dino-Defenders is I'm trying to make it so it's a series that if you go back to it and like if you pause it or whatever, you can look at all the detail and really glean some stuff from it, and also make it so it's like long lasting. That's weird. Why is there a dark line like that? That should be. I can't add. You see the reflection of the glasses, but I can't add the reflection of the chairs because I haven't added characters in here yet or anything. So. Okay, Red Hood. I'll check out Velocipaster if I can. Yeah, Krask. I also thought it was funny how many people thought she was a robot just because Idris Elba asked her. It's like it was a joke about her promiscuousness. Okay. I see it's looking better now. Like there's just little details. I want to do this board as well. There's just little details like that where it's like can start to look really messy. Alright, come on. We don't want to hear this song again. It's funny because I'm doing all this like detail on these chairs, and you might not even see all this because I might, well, the character might be sat down on it, but if they're not, then yeah, the detail will be there. But I can imagine they're probably going to be characters on all these chairs. Have you ever watched something to riff on it and only end up sincerely liking it, says Seeker. Yes, Rogue, the crocodile movie from 2007. My friend Will and I bought the DVD because we thought it looked really crappy. Like, the cover was so bad. We're like, oh, this croc film's going to be like a laugh to watch. And it genuinely made us go, hang on, this is just a really, really good film. This is actually the best crocodile movie they've ever made. My God. So, yeah, I've definitely experienced that. Gary, no, Cornelius didn't scratch the chair. I still wonder if it'd look better if that back area was like red. Well, it could be flashing red. Now there's an idea. So I actually duplicate that layer and then change the colour. So it could be going like boom, 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 boom. But if it does that, then we're going to need a new layer of this, where the outside of this door maybe even this box. This is just an experiment. This is how a lot of stuff happens with what I'm doing. Do that, and then actually, ooh, what the hell, man? Delete the shadow. Like so. And then put this here like that. And obviously I'll have to blur. To get rid of this. Actually, I'm a bit confused now. What have I done? Yo, Kurt, how you doing? Love all the detail in here. Wow. Cheers, man. So I'm just going to sort this out. So why... if I just delete. Oh, I see what the issue is. I see what the issue is. Because you got to remember, as we saw early on in the stream, this base is completely destroyed on the surface level. So, and this is under the ground. So you can very easily imagine that there would be some sort of warning light or something. But then this, look, the corner here is... Maybe it shouldn't be that bright. No. I'm wondering if it should just be permanently on. Yeah, no, I don't like that. That's an experiment I don't like it. So we're back to where we were. Okay, I still want to add some more detail here in the kitchen area. You know what we need here? I'll tell you what we need here. Just go into my assets. We need this. We need a fizz milk can. Yeah. Let's pop it over here. Gary Pfeiffer says, remind me why it's called fizz milk. Well, it is carbonated water with high fructose corn syrup, phosphoric acid, natural flavourings, whole milk, caffeine, pure cane sugar, and PX88. Basically, it's fizzy milk. It sounds gross. Fizzy milk cola. That's what it is. It's the most just vile, disgusting drink I could think to make. There we go. Got a little fizz milk can in the background. What other props do I have that I could use? Carbonated milk, says Zul. Hello Zul, welcome back. Zul, you missed it. I showed your animation again on stream. Just want to sort those bottles out because they looked a bit weird. Oh, there you go. Add some light to it. I know I blurred this background, but I'm sort of just making it unblurred again for just a little bit. Just notice that the whole thing has this like bit at the side where if I stretch it a little bit, there we go. Zul says, a friend of mine on Discord showed a Rex model for Jurassic World E that you created and said to myself, I need that. Oh, that Siska created. Oh, heck yeah. Oh, yeah, sorry, I thought you said, oh, Jack, my eyes. Oh, my God. Getting old, man. I thought you wrote Jack. So it's this clean filter buzz on the side here. So I'm going to redo this in the colour of that pen. And I might even actually cut this out. Actually put that in an actual whiteboard. So I was going to say clean filter buzz. I haven't seen Monkey Bones, Krask. Don't even know what that is. Big Shark says, if you ever make a sequel, what will be your next step? There's I don't really want to say, actually. I don't think there's one way I could do a sequel to this in a kind of not cheap way, but in a kind of cheeky way. Let's put it that way. In a way that's like the sequel could already have been done. Basically what I'm saying is if I linked this somehow to my Through the Dark and the Dawn book, because that's set in the future. So if that, if this you jumped ahead in time to that world, that could be the sequel is what I'm thinking. But then I'm like, do I really want to link these two? Because there's something that happens in Dino-Defenders that I'm like, that's not in the world of Through the Dark and the Dawn. But well, I mean, it could work. Really? I don't know. Oh, I haven't had a single sip of my tea yet. Well, that is stone cold. Still nice though, because it's Lady Grey with orange zest. Since doing these streams, I kind of don't mind cold tea anymore. Just gonna write a load of garbage on here. It's kind of like the text you see in what is it? Camp Cretaceous, you know. Did you say incest, Jack? What? What are you talking about? I said no such thing. What do you mean? What do you mean incest? I'm just trying to think what I could write here. What shall I write here, guys? In this space here, what should be the sort of the thing that's been written on the whiteboard? Give me some answers, guys. I'll write it in so you guys can be the guys who are writing the stuff on the whiteboard. What's the sort of messages you see in a communal kitchen at a workplace? Be sure to reheat your fizz milk. Okay, that's great. I actually really like that. I just realised I should be writing it in that other colour. I'll write make sure. Make sure to reheat your fizz milk. Might actually just move this pen so I can actually fit this in. Oh God, there's another pen. A little smiley face at the end. Need spoons. Oranges are squishy. Label your food if you don't want it stolen. I kind of like that one. What tablet do you use to draw and animate, Jack? Asks Kurt. I'm using a... Let me see. I'll pull it up for you. I'm using a Huion I believe that's how it's pronounced. This bad boy. It's absolutely massive. And it's yeah, I don't know if I can get I don't even know if I can get the full thing in. It's huge. But it's also wireless as well. I've got the wire plugged in at the moment. But I can have it so I can sit way back and edit. And draw and whatnot. Okay, so what are you guys saying? Label your food if you don't want it stolen. I like that one. So label your food if you don't. I'm gonna have to move this up, aren't I? Label your food if you don't want it stolen. Awful what happens to Gary, says Suki. You mean the guy who gets his head... Oh no, it's Bill, isn't it? Wait, Gary. Yeah, okay, I think that might do for that. That's just going to be like in the background like that, so you won't even like really be able to read it. You know what, that this fire extinguisher is actually a bit too small. I'm going to blow it up in size, I think. You have to like compare it to the site. Like, look how small it is on the... I know like you can get small fire extinguishers, but this needs to be more like that in size. Oh, Gary in the chat. So, okay. I was getting confused. Okay, it is looking better. Just grab that. Get the colour of this chair. Pillard says, it'd be pretty freaky to be in an underground base with structural damage like this. Yeah. Yes, it would. That's like partly the reason I'm doing it, is because I want to create... There's only so much like actual fear I can induce in a cartoon web series on YouTube compared to like if you're watching a live action movie. But I'm trying my best to create scenarios in this where like that, where if you think about it, there's something about it where you're like, oh, this would be horrible. So at least it would hopefully give that kind of creepiness. It's like one of the reasons why the characters in the series never ever mention where they are geographically. There's hints to where they are, but no one ever flat out says exactly where they are, because I wanted to have this like sense of isolation throughout. But someone, I can't remember who, and I wish I could remember who said this. It might be someone who's here today now. But someone messaged me saying like that they were genuinely scared when the clouds started to form in episode 3. I wish I remembered that, because that was like, I was like, oh my god, I actually did it. Someone came to me and was like, those clouds freaked me out. And it might be down to like music and stuff, but I'm glad it did, because it's the power of God. I'm actually going to get a very thin white, just pure white thing. I've only got 10 minutes left, guys, before I have to go. Unfortunately. But, yeah. Mega Raptor's going to do a flip in there, says Big Shark. Krask says, I didn't say that, but it definitely was creepy. Felt like nature was taking back the Petri dish. Also, the Mega Raptor was intense. That's cool. That's what I like to hear. I like to hear when it actually can do stuff. It's all about trying to create tension as best I can with what I can, well, what I've got, really. I might actually cut this out, because the screen's been cracked. I've just realised something, actually. If I copy and delete that and then paste it, and then just make it a little bit bigger, I just realised something. If I then go onto this layer here and add back in these So what this means is what I can do is I think that'll be okay. So what I can do now is I can have the map, if I duplicate that and then I do is it invert? And then take the colour down. because it can be like broken. If I take the... So you want it to look like it's busted. Like flashing like this. Yeah. The Megaraptor flipping was pretty unsettling, says Big Shark. The brutality of the Megaraptor was so creepy in a good way, says Krask. Sweet. When John's talking to Rose before he gets grabbed, Rose gives that look of horror, says Big Shark. Krask also says it's it's cool, Jack, that you're picking less known dinosaurs. So excited for Megalosaurus because so many paleontologists think the theropod laid the groundwork for the big boys like T-Rex and Giga. Yeah, it's like it's like the original theropod, isn't it? So that's one of the reasons why I like it. So we've got the screen here flashing. Kurt Tomlinson says that's really smart. I'm impressed. This is the majority done in Photoshop too. It's done in Photoshop and a program called VideoPad. And aside from some of the like CGI elements, like what Manuel creates, and other such bits, you know, this is entirely done in Photoshop. The whole thing. That's what I wanted to do. I just realised I wanted to change the table. And then... So we've got the table here. I wanted to just change this. That looks better, doesn't it? That looks better. Let's get a shadow on the go. And get the edge of this table. Take Yo Raptor Studios, welcome back. I'm actually going to be finishing in like 10 minutes time, so Gary says, in a sequel to the series, do you think you'll have military task force scouting the ruins to exact something there? I can't really go into it if I did actually do a sequel. The only reason I would actually do a sequel to this is if this became massively successful and I got high demand, and then I was to be able to, you know, started a Patreon and there was hundreds of people flocking to it. So it'd turn into my actual job, my full-time job. Then I would consider it. But at the moment, it's more a hobby because I've only got a certain number of people supporting the Patreon, and so I don't really have enough funding to keep me at home working on it at the moment. So, but it would have to be that. But I do kind of have an idea for a story. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens. Right, I'm now going to do the burn on the floor of the table. Crash says, if anything does anything after DDX cartoon related, I'd actually like something leaning even more into the extraterrestrial stuff like Ridley Scott's Alien. Well, let's wait and see what happens in episode 4, shall we? That's not me confirming aliens or anything. Nothing like that, but episode 4, you guys are going to definitely... Episode 4 reveals everything, so I think you guys are going to be interested in seeing where it goes from there. And I can say this, actually. No, actually I won't say it. That's a spoiler. I don't want to reveal. An animated comic with a similar aesthetic to John Carpenter's The Thing would be really cool, says Kurt. Well, this I'm not gonna lie, like this series is heavily inspired by The Thing. If I can pull up, I mean, the one of the music stopped, but I'm not going to play it anymore. Where's that? There's that shot in episode 3. I'll pull it up now. When I did this shot here of Buzz and Kevin playing pool, it's like this scene was this little shot here was inspired by The Thing, because they have that pool table, don't they? This whole, like, it sounds minute and small, but this whole section here when they're playing pool was inspired by The Thing. And what's that? We have my DVD collections here, like my actual DVD collection. I don't think I've got The Thing on here. What have we got? We've got the Lost. I'll be ending the stream after I've done this, by the way. I'll have a little something to say at the end, but I just want to do this. What we got here? Let's see if I can. Lost World 19. Come on. We got the Lost World 1925, the original King Kong on Blu-ray, the original King Kong on DVD, Son of Kong, Mighty Joe Young from 1949, which is an amazing movie. King Kong Escapes. No, King Kong Escapes. King Kong from 1976, King Kong Lives, King Kong 2005 on Blu-ray, Kong Skull Island, The Incredible Shrinking Man, the Ray Harryhausen Past collection, like when he was all his like short films, Beast from 20,000 Fathoms, Earth versus the Flying Saucers, which is the worst Harryhausen film in my opinion, Mysterious Island, Valley of Gwangi, Jason the Argonauts, First Men in the Moon, 1 Million Years BC, the entire Sinbad trilogy, Ray Harryhausen's films, Clash of the Titans, the Warlords of Atlantis, Land That Time Forgot, and Journey to the Centre of the Earth, Doug McClure triple pack, People That Time Forgot, Blade Runner, the director's cut, Blade Runner 2049 on Blu-ray, Prometheus the Agent 9 fan edit, Prometheus on Blu-ray, Alien Covenant on Blu-ray, the Alien quadrilogy. This slim line here is Alien 3, the work print edition. Twister on Blu-ray, the Jurassic Park trilogy on Blu-ray, Jurassic Park 3, the Japanese DVD, Jurassic World on Blu-ray, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom on Blu-ray, Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla from Japan, and I believe that one is Godzilla versus... Oh god, I don't even know. That's one of the Godzilla versus films. That'll be one of those ones, but yeah. And then I wrote the giant claw up here on a little thing. And then on here is the live stream of me and my friend Jack playing a Godzilla game. But yeah, no, just to let you know, yeah, The Thing. Yeah, like Kurt, you said, like the earlier moments of the movie when they're in the lounge. Yeah, exactly. No, I do not want to save that. But yeah, there's lots of stuff inspired by loads of different stuff in this. Like, I'll say this before I leave. So people think there's like Jurassic Park references in this, which obviously there are. The whole thing is like inspired by it. Obviously there's a lot of inspiration from Alien and Prometheus and stuff, but there's so many other 90s pop culture and 80s pop culture references in this, like direct references, that people would have to really know their stuff to pick up on a lot of them. There's even ones from like the 60s, like if I open up a frame from episode 1, where are we looking? This frame. Where are we looking? This frame. This one here. You know, this is like an old frame. Like the characters are walking past this fish tank, and at the bottom of the fish tank is this fish here that is, if I look up Stingray, this old marionette TV show, and look up the Terrorfish, in the old 60s Stingray show. Actually, where can I open image in new tab? In the old 60s Stingray show, there was the I'll have to bring it up in this other one. But this is the Terrorfish from this old 60s marionette show. So that's in there as well. There's just lots of stuff in the show that's like homages to things I absolutely loved as a kid. And they're dotted throughout, like they're absolutely everywhere. So it's, I'll say this, right from the beginning, like the very, very beginning, as the credits start, everything, like the credits themselves in episode 1. I won't say what it is, but they're a homage to another thing from the 90s that I really enjoyed. So there's loads of stuff like that. It's just I want this series to be something that people can go back to and keep finding stuff. Not just Easter eggs, but there's also philosophical ideas and things that archetypal imagery that I think people should hopefully be able to pick up on over time, and maybe it'll last the test of time on the internet. I mean, if YouTube goes down for whatever reason, I'll upload it somewhere else. But yeah, that's it. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna end the stream here. What was I gonna say? Next week there won't be a stream on Tuesday, but I will do my best to see if I can get a video out on the same day. I can't make any promises because obviously I have a baby and stuff. Kurt says you should do a questionnaire and see if we can catch them all. Oh, there's even some I've forgotten that I've put in, and there'll be stuff like that's in this that might not even be a reference. Like we were doing a frame earlier where a guy was holding his injured arm and someone said it looked like Cooper from Jurassic Park 3, and I was like, oh, it does, and I had no idea. But anyway, yeah, so there won't be a stream next week because I'm away, but I'll do my best to try and upload a video. I'll have something, maybe, I don't know, it's just all dependent on little one. However, because of this whole COVID situation in the UK, the area that we might be travelling to might get changed in the risk, like level of risk. It might change, so that means we'd end up probably staying here, and if so, then that means I will probably have more chance to do more live streams than just one. So just basically hit that notification bell and make sure that you're subscribed to the Terradome, and then you won't miss a stream. Yeah, there you go. I'm just going to see what else you guys are saying just before I go. Krask says, also Jack, not trying to bring up anything, but I got into a spat with that guy complaining about Dino-Defenders. Kind of regretted even doing it because all the dude is clearly on his own path. Oh, what, the guy who was laughing at the dinosaur designs? Yeah. Oh, thanks, Krask. He says, you don't have to do anything, man. You do so much for the channel. I know you get hard on yourself, but it's great content. It's just, I know how like some people can get bored if there's not like content constantly. But, for Clayton's channel, let's use that as an example. Clayton brings out videos every other day or so, but they are like short 7 to 10 minute long videos, and every now and then he'll do like one long video. But my channel, I upload whenever I can, and whenever I have something I want to talk about, but I tend to do long form because I do stuff like this, like these streams where there's like hours and hours of content. So I do like similar amount of content, but it's just not uploaded in little increments that people subscribe to and then get their little daily dose. I'll do one big one, and a lot of people don't tend to want to sit down and listen to me waffle on for ages, but I do appreciate everyone who does come to these streams and watches them back, and really takes the time to follow the creation of this series, because I just think it's kind of neat that you guys get to see how it all comes together over time. Yeah, so that's why. That's the, you know, some people expect videos every day or something from channels, but that's not what this one's all about. Anyway, guys, I am going to end the stream there. I hope you guys have enjoyed today's stream, and I will catch you in the near future, and I will see you later. Bye bye. Thank you for the donation, Big Shark. You're the man.